And welcome to video 3. And today we're going to learn a deprogramming technique. This one is not the one that's in your book, but it is very close to it. But it is actually the deprogramming technique that I prefer to use. And we were kind of laughing, Gabby. This is Gabrielle Pettis. She is another Reiki master. And we were kind of giggling. I was like, sometimes I have to go back and read my script through there in order to make sure that I'm hitting every part. I don't deprogram every day anymore. I used to back, probably several years ago. I was doing a lot of the deprogramming, and it's kind of slowed down. We have a lot of different Reiki practitioners, but it's a really good thing, a really good technique to understand how to use and start incorporating it in your practice, whether you're doing self practice or you are working with others. Now, again, the deprogramming technique, we are trying to eliminate or release a negative habit, connections, associations, whatever, with people, places, or events. So we can work to eliminate a negative habit, such as cigarette smoking, which is what I'm going to be working on today. We can eliminate connections, negative relationships. And you're like, no, Gabby's not a negative relationship. But if we, I'll just say, let's say that we have a history of repeating our history, our past history of choosing negative partners. We can utilize the deprogramming to help us to break that habit, to break that cycle, and start choosing and attracting partners that we're going to be synergistic with, and that we're going to have a healthy, balanced relationship. So if we have fears, phobias, maybe I need to do one on driving downtown because I don't like driving downtown. What else can you use it on? Fears, phobias, traumas, heartbreaks, negative habits, writer's block, tons of things. You can use this in order to get a jump start into your energy and clear those negative obstacles that have been holding you back. So I was talking to Gabby this morning, and I told her that I hadn't bought a pack of cigarettes for a couple of days. You know, I've been doing OPs, that means other people's. So I was smoking other people's cigarettes, and I just decided this morning, one thing that I want to do before the 1st of January, because, I mean, it's like when we think about doing those New Year's resolutions, we're really lackadaisical. On a whole, I think most of us are pretty ding-dang lackadaisical and don't follow through with that.
I've never been able to follow through on any New Year's resolution whatsoever.
So I like to start out with a clean slate, and instead of having resolutions of what I want to get rid of, I want to put in what I do want. So I'm going to use this time before the 1st to get rid of some of my junk. And what I'm going to focus on today is to quit smoking. So Gabby is going to be the Reiki practitioner. So you must be 2nd degree or greater because you're going to be working with the symbols. The 2 symbols that you're going to be working with today are Chokure, which remember is your power symbol. It works on the physical level. And then also you're going to work with the Seihei, which is your mental and emotional symbol. And so that's going to be working on that kind of connection or energetic influence into whatever you're trying to release and the affirmation that you're trying to bring in. And so I kind of decided, usually your practitioner will decide along with you, and I just told her, hey, I want to be tobacco free. And to me that sounds like a pretty easy affirmation. It's pretty easy to remember, and it's not very wordy. And so what Gabby will do is that she's going to begin with a little gasso, and that's just giving thanks. So if you're a Reiki practitioner or you've received your 1st degree attunement and you're getting a deprogramming done to you, then you'll want to probably put your hands in the gasso position. and give thanks and some little balancing. I actually have my big golden selenite, and my feet are resting on top of my big golden selenite. Golden selenites, or any selenite, is a wonderful way to ground and clear. Alright, so then Gabby is going to come up behind me and connect in, and then she will clear my aura, taking her hands from the top of my head and going the outline of my etheric self, I guess my etheric line, clearing the aura. So if you have road, like you just came in from high traffic, you're getting that road garbage off of you. Been on your telephone too much, looking at social media. She's connecting into my energetic space, and I will admit that it makes me a little sleepy and very relaxed. So often my eyes will close. I'm kind of like working to keep my eyes open with you. So she's going to clear my space. And yes, I can totally feel that. I have the nervous system starts to respond, and you get little tinglies all over. And so then she's going to take one hand and place it on the occipital region of my head, and she will draw and or say the Chokure 3 times to initiate into the energy. And yes, her hand is very hot on the back of my head. Then the Seihei key. And during this time, she's imagining, or, with third eye, placing that light within me. And probably already meditating about the tobacco free, being my body, mind, and spirit being tobacco free. Chokure times, so it was Chokure, Seiheki, Chokure, so there's that. Then she'll take the hand that she had in the back of my head, and she'll place that, oops, that's okay, on the front, and the other hand on the back. Looks like some polarity work. And it's Seiheki 3 times. Chokure 3 times. And then you are tobacco free. You are tobacco free. You are tobacco free. And then I'd like my client to repeat the affirmation. Then I know that we're working together synergistically. I am tobacco free. I am tobacco free. I am tobacco free. And then as that flow of energy diminishes and then stops, the practitioner will put their hands back on the shoulder for a moment and then clear the aura again 3 times. And then the deprogramming is complete. Deprogramming can be used to release our energetic connection with habits, people, places, and things. So thank you for joining Gabby and myself here in our sacred space, learning how to perform a deprogramming technique.